Everyone. Thank you for attending the 2021 swearing-in ceremony for the 8th Eastern Region. Tonight's ceremony is not our usual way of doing things, but with the current circumstances, why should it be? I guess we are Semper Paratus, right? Or is it Semper Gumby? Okay, a couple of housekeeping items before we get started. I'd like everybody to mute your microphones during the conference call, except for when you're called upon. If you wear a headset, you may keep it on, and don't worry about standing for the oath. We don't want you to have to reset your cameras. And of course, you know where the restrooms are. Tonight, we are going to hear from some of our Gold Side and auxiliary officers. We are also swearing in multiple sets of officers, both elected and appointed. And they are the District Commodore, the District Chief of Staff, District Captains, Division Commanders, Division Vice Commanders, District Staff to the District Commodore, and District Staff Officers and their aides. I would like now to introduce our outgoing and incoming and current XCOM officers for 2021. Rear Admiral John Nadeau is the commander for 8th District out of Mobile, Alabama. Commander Susan Hemann is the director for both 8th District Eastern Region and Western Region located in St. Louis, Missouri. Captain Amy Beach is a sector commander for Sector Ohio Valley located in Louisville, Kentucky. We have Commodore Randy Ventress, who is the past Deputy Vice National Commodore, Mission Support in Atlantic West from 2019 to 2020. We also have Commodore Dave Stroup with us. Commodore Stroup, who is the outgoing Commodore for 8th District Eastern Region for 2019 and 2020, and incoming immediate past District Commodore. And of course, myself, Matthew Meyer. I am the incoming Commodore for 8th District Eastern Region for 2021 and 2022. We also have Chris Whitaker, is our incoming District Chief of Staff for 8th District Eastern Region for 2021-2022. For our district captains, we have Keith Blosser, who is the outgoing District Captain East, and Anthony Waters is the incoming District Captain East. Skip Nunweiler is returning District Captain West, and also Chris Whitaker is the outgoing District Captain South, and Ron Bonneau is the incoming District Captain South. At this time, we would like to have a few of our speakers talk briefly to our membership. Keith Blosser, would you like to say a few words to the members, please?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I will keep this brief. Honored guests, Admiral Nadeau, Captain Beach, Commander Hemann, District Commodore Meyer, District Chief of Staff Whitaker, immediate past District Commander Stroup, District Captains, DSOs, and all of the members that are watching us around the District 8 region. I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent the district as District Captain East over the last 2 years. I especially want to thank the hardworking leadership of Division 2, Division 6, Division 7, and Division 18 for all of their dedication. I am so proud of the cooperation and the work that has been done, especially over the last incredibly challenging year. I also want to congratulate the new bridge on winning their elections, and a special congratulations to Anthony Waters, who I am handing over the District Captain East position to, knowing it is in great hands. We have all experienced challenges beyond our wildest dreams, but we have all risen to the challenges. It has been my honor to work with all of you, and I'm humbled by what we've been able to accomplish. Thank you very much.
All righty, thanks, Keith. That was very nice. Commodore Ventress, would you like to say a few words?
Sure, if you'd like. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've been having some issues with computers and electronics yet again today. Let me just say, if I may, first of all, I'd like to say hello to the Admiral, Captain, Commander, Commodore, yourself, Chief of Staff Whitaker, District Captains, Division Commanders, and Staff Officers. Big old turnout tonight, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to join you. Also, thank you for the opportunity to share you just a few thoughts I have on leadership tonight, if I may. My personal watchwords of communication, energy, relevance, and visibility are some of the most valuable tools that I use and have used for a while, and it guides me daily. They guide me daily. I'd like to share my thoughts with these on you. As leaders, we have to continually practice good communication skills, not just with our respective staff members and board members, but our membership as a whole. When I was District Chief of Staff for 8th Eastern, we found a failure in our communication methods. Our remedy is what we're using now, District Direct, and I think we can all agree that that works well. As leaders, we have to be energetic. Energy is contagious, and if we show our members that we are in the mix and whatever we've got going on, we can have more support. Knowledge will give us energy in any given subject, so constantly improving our minds will give us energy. As leaders, we have to be relevant. We've all heard our past National Commodore, Commodore King, and other national leadership refer to relevance as watchwords. We want to be relevant in our duties with Coast Guard, of course, and we want to be relevant with our teams. We also need to be relevant with ourselves. We have to get ourselves into the mindset that we're responsible for our members first, no matter what level we're leading. Leadership relevance can be gained through the concept of servant leadership. Simon Sinek, I knew I always mess that up, is a well-known leadership writer and speaker. He brings this to a point in one of his books, Leaders Eat Last. As leaders, we should visualize where we're going. We should have a vision. Where do we see our teams in 3 years, 5 years? Where do we see ourselves fitting into this vision? Can we really set goals without a vision? Personally, this is the most difficult watchword I have because our world is changing so rapidly every day or so, it's hard to keep up. So how do we acquire this visual? We have to have an idea of what we want our goals to be. However, we have to look back to look forward. We as leaders have to know where our journey started. And I'd like to refer to a book that I read recently by an author, Johnston Jack Beach. In his book, Leadership in My Rearview Mirror, he reflects on insights he gained in his rise to great heights. We have to look back to gauge where we're going. And by the way, if the name Beach sounds familiar, just to let you know, he's the father of our very own Captain Beach, our Sector Ohio Valley Commander. I share my thoughts with you tonight, personal thoughts on my insight as a leader, and hope that you can take away something that will help you in your future as a leader. Congratulations, Commodore, Chief of Staff, District Captains, Division Commanders, Division Vice Commanders, and all the district staff on your elections and appointments. I know that you will be successful in your tour of duty, and please let me know how I can serve you. Thank you. You're muted, Matt.
Hey, how about that? Okay, Commander Hemann, would you like to say a few words before we do our swearing in?
Of course, you know me. I can't keep quiet. This is really a unique night, and so I'm really glad this could work. I'm glad we're able to do this swearing-in event, and it's thrown things off. But as we kick off the change of watch season, I'm really glad this got done first. So I'll just start. Admiral Captain Beach, I'm so glad that you can be with us here tonight. I'll start that to say that we're all doing well still, the DIROC's office, healthy and fine. I just went through a round of COVID actually at our house. So mild case, I think I'm on the mend, so I'm still hanging out at home, but doing better. So that's what's happening with our staff. We're doing well. For your awareness, John has moved offices. The training officer is now at the new boathouse there in Louisville. So he's not at the sector. He's at the boathouse. So he's able to, we're really looking forward to that being a chance to integrate a bit more with the boat crews, and having him reconnected with the boat crews will help training and coordination. So we're very excited about that opportunity to get him out there. I want to say that this has been an extraordinary year. I really do think fondly of the change of watches that I was able to attend last year, even though it was a slug back and forth across the country. So this year, it is a bit nice. I'll be able to attend virtually every change of watch that's happening in the district, and I really will enjoy that opportunity. So I'm looking forward to getting those started. It's been a year that's been unique, and it's been really informative for me at the director level, because normally the director doesn't see the day-to-day things that are happening, that the leadership is managing on their own when they're operating and acting as ordering issuing authorities, keeping programs running. This year, for the first time, the director everything was coming through the Commodore to my desk. I know that was frustrating for some. It felt a bit like a mother may I, but it was really what had to be done to keep folks safe and to keep things moving along smartly. And I really appreciate the hard work of every leader, because every one of those requests started at a member, came up through the chain of command, and got looked at. And I want you to understand how much time your dear goes out before they came to me, keeping me on track, keeping a database of those requests. But those requests allowed me to see, how often folks are just sitting or out in their community doing vessel checks for their neighbors and in their community. Really seeing that kind of work is something that the director doesn't normally see. Seeing how often members are supporting funeral processes and supporting Coast Guard units and Coast Guard veterans in that way has been really eye-opening as well. And so it's been really interesting to see that. And it kept me busy, and it kept the Commodore very busy all summer long. And that's exactly what we wanted to happen. We saw a lot of folks using good risk management, and we talked a lot about risk management and how these different factors and what's happening in different parts of the district changed what was happening where and when. And so I hope that you all can appreciate and pass down and continue to think, the new leaders and returning leaders continue to think about that. Every decision that we're making right now is really about using those risk management tools that are already built into the auxiliary. And so we're there. We were able to get back and get moving and get training, which of course is going to be vital as we move into this spring, and being able to get boat crews training time and to keep qualifications current and to get back on track this year is really going to need that continued level of dedication to that risk management. The last thing I'll say is that I've been very impressed thus far, certainly with, I've gotten to work with the new Commodore here this past year, but the collection and collaboration between him and the other district Commodores in the 8th region is going to be fantastic. Those three guys are going to be working very well together. And I think, I know that is one of my aims this year, is to continue to support that cohesiveness and coordinating. For me, as the director of Eastern and Western regions, it's really key that I can get you all still aligned. And we're still going through some growing pains trying to align Western and Eastern region. It wasn't that long ago that you had your own director. So there's still some things to work out there. Want you all to know that I'm very close and really excited to be working with the new coastal director, Mr. Commander Scott Williams. He and I have a very good relationship, and we really think similarly. We take the chance to bounce things off of each other, and I think we're going to work very well together. And so I'm excited about what's to come this year, the next 2 years. I'll be in my seat for 2 more years, so that'll be a nice chance to get through this administration with Commodore and all the staff officers at this point, and we can really get some things going. Now that I've had enough time in my seat to know what I didn't know before, and to be able to make some decisions to really improve what we're seeing. So with that, I'll stop and say that I can't say it enough, how impressed and thankful I am for all of the leaders that are being sworn in tonight, because the leaders that are leaving, took this job knowing what they thought was going to happen. They knew what was going to happen. They knew what the programs were. They expected it to go a certain way, and boom, everything changed significantly. And I saw a lot of leadership, a lot of teamwork, a lot of innovation, and it's been very impressive. And so for those of you that are new and returning, I just means you came into this eyes wide open, knowing 2021 was going to be another tough year that's going to require a lot of leadership and management skills. And so I thank you enough, and I can't encourage you enough to really get after it this year and have a great year. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Commander. That was very nice. Captain Beach, you're up next. Would you like to say a few words? Is Captain Beach with us tonight? Okay, well, let's move on. Rear Admiral Nadeau, tonight I am honored to introduce you as our keynote speaker. Admiral, would you like to say a few words to the membership?
Oh, thanks, Matt. Keynote speaker. Wow, great to see you all tonight. I didn't prepare a keynote for you, but I just have a couple comments. First off, thank you. A very heartfelt thank you to our outgoing Commodore, Dave Stroup. I think you're on. I think I saw you there earlier. Dave, I've really enjoyed working with you, getting to know you better. And as Suzanne just said, I'm really grateful to your leadership and the other Commodores. It really has been a challenging year, and challenging it is for the gold. I think about you all. We get paid. I tell people to come to, they're going to come to work. I tell them to come to work. They're going to come to work. But when you're dealing with all volunteers, it's even more challenging. So it really comes down to your leadership, your ability to keep the cohesive group coming together, keep them focused, keep them motivated. And that has simply been challenging for the past 10 months. So thank you to you as you go out. I know you're going to stay connected and continue to help out, but I'm very grateful for your leadership there. And Matt, welcome aboard to you, your entire team, both your elected as well as your appointed leadership. I'm very thankful for what you all do. It has been an incredible year, and I'm very proud of what you have done. Despite the challenges that have been out there, I believe that the 8th District, our auxiliaries have really shined. And relative to other parts of the country, I think you have all stepped up. As Suzanne said, you've been extremely innovative. You've challenged me. You've challenged our staff at the district to be reasonable, to rather than just say no to everything. We were very careful and mindful of what can we do. And I think in taking that approach, you've done some fantastic work, as we heard about whether it's boating safety, which we saw a huge uptick in boating this year. Thanks to your involvement and your work, I think we didn't see quite the number of casualties, fatalities we might have otherwise seen. I know I can see Ox chaplains all over the place wherever I go, and Ox Chef continues to just thrive. A lot of our stations and our underway cutters are so very pleased with all the activity we see. So we're excited to have you, and very thankful for what you do. As you look to the future, I think your eye is already on it, but I encourage you to think about the training, the readiness, and simply making sure that we stay integrated with the active duty. That's keep your eye on the target there. As Suzanne mentioned as well, I'm appreciative to the fact of the cohesion between the different districts. I encourage you to work with your peers to make sure that we maintain that. I think that pays great dividends for us. And I hope I hope, we're starting to see the vaccine roll out down here, seeing distribution. We got, I don't know, 975 doses came our way. We sell to Mobile. We should see some coming to New Orleans here shortly. I hope that that's a sign of the goodness that's to come, and we'll put this COVID thing behind us, and we'll just come back re-energized and maybe maintain some of the silver lining to this cloud that's been hanging over us for the past 10 months. There are some good things that come out of this. I think some of this Zoom stuff, it took me a while to get used to this, but as Suzanne said, it has some value, and where we're spread out as far as we are, I hope we're able to find the goodness in the virtual tools we've used and other things that keep us connected, and we'll maintain that to allow us to do things maybe we weren't doing before. It doesn't substitute for the face-to-face, hands-on, have a cup of coffee, glass of wine, get to know one another. But in the absence of that, this is pretty good. So I appreciate you getting me involved tonight. And again, I thank you on behalf of all the staff at District 8, thank you, your team, and for all of you that are on the line, thank you for what you do every day. Back to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, and look forward to being part of the team and working with you the next couple of years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's time to start swearing in our officers. So, Commander Hemann, would you please do the prologue, and Admiral Nadeau, would you please give the oath? Commander Hemann, the mic is yours.
Hi, so the prologue is something that is read before each swearing in. Tonight, we're going to read it one time, and then we'll have separate groups of swearing in. And I wanted to do this. I like to do the prologue because I do like to highlight a couple things within the prologue. I know that every one of the officers being sworn in tonight has heard this prologue and heard the oath before. Most of you have said it and read it, repeated it at least 10 times. I know that most, if not all, of this district staff officers are returning this year. So they've heard this before, they've said it and done it as well. And so, but I want to always highlight it. The language of this is so very tight and so very precise. It's really impressive. And the more I read it every time, the more I really grow to like it. So I do want to draw your attention to the fact that the prologue, and I'll read it in its entirety at the end, and then we'll move on with the oath. But the prologue does ask that you are aware of that this is an office of greater responsibility and high honor. I want you all to please remember that membership to the auxiliary is something that's hard to attain. It's something that is not a right. It is something that we must value, and we have to carefully guard. We want to make sure we know who's coming to the auxiliary and that they're the right fit for our auxiliary and for the Coast Guard. So it is a high honor. Remember that. Please don't feel like it's just the same job or no one else would do it. This is an important honor. The prologue discusses being prepared to accept administrative and supervisory responsibilities. Let's not forget that either, that both sides, when we talk about the chain of leadership and management, that's two different types of role there, a leadership role and a management role. So the oath talks about admin and supervisory roles. The prologue discusses the responsibility to bring the auxiliary and the active duty Coast Guard closer together and maintaining high standards in the auxiliary in all programs and never compromising honesty and integrity. That's a big ask. That's a really big ask for people that don't put on a uniform every day and aren't being paid to do it. And so don't let that go by. Think about that language as well as you're listening and you're being read in. But the one thing I always really like to hit on is right there in the middle. It's a beautiful language. It says your task is to develop the auxiliary programs to the maximum efficiency that conditions permit. And that cuts both ways. The first way meaning you can only do so much. It's a way to remind our leaders that you've got to pick the smart goals. You've got to do what you can with the folks that you can at hand, and you've got to just do that and move on. Do it efficiently. You can't be a jack of all, what is it, a master of none, right? You can't be a jack of all trades. If your flotilla doesn't want to focus on a certain program area, if you can't force that, don't force it. Do what you can with what's in front of you in these times. And right now, during this COVID times, That's an important thing to think about. Do what you can to the maximum efficiency that the conditions permit, right? So there's a little bit of a get off the hook. You can't be perfect in everything, but it cuts the other way in that it's a personal challenge. If you can do it, you should do it. If you have the staff that are or the membership that are sitting around and aren't really engaged, then you can do more. You have the conditions that would allow that unit to do more. And so it's a challenge. It's a get out of jail free card and a challenge at the same time. It's really nice language. So with that, I'm going to read the prologue, and then when I'm finished, Admiral, if you'll continue on with the oath. So for all members tonight that are going to be sworn in, you have offered your talents and services in the interest of a better Coast Guard auxiliary. The pledge you are about to take admits you to an office of greater responsibilities and high honor. Along with this honor, you must be prepared to accept certain obligations as well as the administrative and supervisory responsibilities of your office. Your task is to develop the auxiliary programs to the maximum efficiency that conditions permit. You're expected to promote closer liaison between the auxiliary and local Coast Guard units, constantly reminding auxiliaries that their actions reflect not only on the auxiliary, but also on the Coast Guard. As a leader, you are charged with maintaining high standards in all auxiliary programs and activities, never compromising honesty and integrity.
Thank you, Commander. Now, Auxiliarist Meyer and Auxiliarist Whitaker, with the full realization of demands of your office in terms of time, travel, and dedication, if you are willing to accept this honor, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Matthew Meyer,
do solemnly and sincerely pledge
do solemnly and sincerely pledge
myself to support the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
myself to support the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
and its purposes
and its purposes
to promote its authorized activities
to promote its authorized activities,
to properly discharge the duties of my office
to properly discharge the duties of my office,
and to abide by
and to abide by
the governing
policies
established by the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard.
of the United States Coast Guard.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, now that we've got that part out of the way, thank you. I'm honored to introduce our 2021 district board members, division commanders, and their vice division commanders that serve as alternates. For Division 1, Dan Gillihan, division commander, and Walt Gunther, vice division commander. For Division 2, John Gorell, division commander, Sheila Riddle, vice division commander. For Division 4, Michael Craig, division commander, and Ron Argo, vice division commander. For Division 5, Doug Field, division commander, and Leo Yakutis, vice division commander. For Division 6, Bob Clancy, division commander, and Joshua Johnson, vice division commander. For Division 7, Raymond Luther, division commander, Patrick Riley, vice division commander. For Division 8, Debbie Guffey, division commander, Mary Husfield, vice division commander. For Division 11, Chris Jones, Division Commander, and Paul Fernandez, Vice Division Commander. For Division 12, Mike Miller, Division Commander, and Thomas Jumer, Vice Division Commander. For Division 16, Martin Lester, Division Commander, and Thomas Gephardt, Vice Division Commander. For Division 18, Clyde Bowman, Division Commander, and Eric Schultz, Division Vice Commander. For Division 24, Harold Leish, Division Commander, and Richard Miles, Vice Division Commander. And also the President of the Past Division Commanders Association for 2021 and 2022 is Commodore Randy Ventress. We have 3 divisions who will not be holding a virtual change of watch. Therefore, they will be sworn in this evening. The rest of the division commanders and their vices will be sworn in at their division's virtual change of watch. At this time, would the following officers please unmute your mics and repeat after me the oath for office. That is Anthony Waters, District Captain East, Ron Banal, District Captain South, Skip Nunweiler, District Captain West, along with division commanders and vice commanders for Division 2, John Gorell and Sheila Riddle. Division 4, Michael Craig and Ron Argo, and Division 12, Mike Miller and Thomas Jumer. Okay, if you would, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Sheila Riddle,
Do solemnly and sincerely pledge myself
Do solemnly
pledge myself
to support the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
to support
the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
and its purposes,
and its purposes,
to promote its authorized activities,
to promote
its authorized activities,
to properly discharge the duties of my office,
properly discharge the duties of my office,
and to abide by the governing policies
and abide by the governing policies
established by the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard.
established by the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard.
All right, thank you, everyone, and congratulations. I look forward to working with each and every one of you this year. Thank you. At this time, I'm honored to introduce and swear in my district staff, with whom I could not do this job without. They are Lynn Miles, District Administrative Assistant, Richard Miles, District Planner and Conference Coordinator, Patrick Brown, District Aide and Assistant Planner and Audio-Visual Lead, Stephen Yancey, District Aide, D-Train Production Setup, Emily Yancey, District Aide, Marketing and Photography, Kelly Creselius, District Aide, Marketing and Grants, Commodore Randy Ventress, District Conference Coordinator Aide, and Steven Zweigert, District Conference Coordinator Aide. Would you all please unmute yourselves and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Stephen Yancey,
I, Kelly Creselius,
Do solemnly and sincerely pledge myself
do solemnly and sincerely pledge myself
to support the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
to support the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
and its purposes
and its purposes,
and its purposes,
to promote its authorized activities,
to promote its authorized
activities,
to properly discharge the duties of my office,
to properly discharge the duties
of my office,
and to abide by the governing policies
and to abide by the governing
policies
established by the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard.
established by the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard.
Thank you and congratulations. I'm honored to have each and every one of you on this team. I would also like to take a minute to shout out to Stephen Yancey. I believe he is probably the furthest one away from us at the time, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's about 9 time zones away, if I'm right. Is that right, Steve?
That is correct.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. I know you're either waking up or you're very tired right now. So thank you very much. I appreciate your attendance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have one last group of officers to be sworn in tonight. Chris Whitaker, our district chief of staff, will swear in the district staff officers and the aides to the district staff officers. Chris, the mic is yours.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I had no choice.
Due to the large number of officers and aides to them, we will not read off the entire list. I believe my staff knows who they are, and so we will get right to the swearing in. If all of you who are a DSO or an ADSO would please unmute your mic and raise your right hand. And then repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Duncan Wilkinson Whitaker,
Do solemnly and sincerely pledge myself
do solemnly and sincerely pledge myself
to support the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
to support the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary
and its purposes
and its purposes
to promote its authorized activities
and promote its authorized activities
to properly discharge the duties of my office
to properly discharge the duties of my office
and to abide by the governing policies
and to abide by the governing policies
established by the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard.
established by the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard.
Thank you. Congratulations. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Chris, and congratulations to all the staff and their aides. You're in good hands with Mr. Whitaker. Now I'd like to take the opportunity to announce Commodore Stroup. Commodore, would you like to say a few words to the membership?
Okay, I'm working on it here. All right. Well, good evening. Good evening, Admiral. Nice to see you tonight. Good evening, Commander Hemann. Good to see you getting better. And good evening to everyone. This will be short, but it has, I think, a lot of meaningful words, and that's the way I am. That's the way I talk. So first, congratulations to all of our elected leadership. What struck me as I was preparing this was the pledge. The pledge, the prologue, includes these words. It admits you to an office of greater responsibility and states with full realization of the demands of your office. These words now have a much greater meaning as we move forward in a changed environment never seen or imagined. We must develop new and innovative ways to do job number one, BS&S, as well as support and augment our goal side. Using the principles of risk management in the new environment that has descended upon us, we will continue to develop innovative and highly valuable plans and methods to meet our goals while maintaining an effective and highly valued auxiliary. I thank you all for enduring, developing innovative plans and methods to be able to restructure our ability to continue to be a high value auxiliary. You truly And I mean this, you truly are an amazing group of people. Very soon, we will return to business and must maintain a close watch, not to run aground, managing everything we do in a risk management atmosphere. You have two super new leaders at the helm of D8 Eastern, Commodore Meyer and Chief of Staff Whitaker. This makes me feel very confident. And you have an outstanding Director, Commander Hemann, with an outstanding DIROC staff. I'm going to try to do something here now. It probably will fail, but I was given a wonderful gift by Commodore Meyer. I know he made it. I have never seen one before like it, so it's very, very nice. And when I saw it, all I could think of, Matt, was being up the proverbial estuary without a suitable means of locomotion. We all know what that means. So this is what Matt, now that's the bottom of it. Go back. There we are. I'll zoom in. And as you can see, it's a suitable means of locomotion device. And Matt has put the seal on. And there is also an embedded challenge coin there. And he did a great job. And I really like it. It hangs on the wall, Matt, with my Commodore flag. So I had to buy a boat. Use the flag and the pedal. Okay. Well, again, thank you. Congratulations to all of our new leadership. And I'm really excited that you will have the opportunity, I hope, very soon to get back to business. Just we need to do it safe and think about what we're doing. Thanks very much, everyone.
All right, thank you, Commodore. It's very, very nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess it's my turn to say a few words. I don't have a whole lot to say. I jotted down a few notes, but first I'd like to start off with saying how hard the Commodore had it last year due to COVID. I was, in with him on it. He did an incredible amount of work trying to get us through this, get us going. And I just can't say enough of the job that he did working with the commander in the DIROC's office, and just everything, all the hours that he put in last year is just incredible. I would hate to see his logbook. So thank you, Commodore, for doing such a great job. I hope that I can at least fill half the size shoes that you're wearing right now. So I've got a few things I wrote down. First of all is welcome to the 21st. This is the 21st year of the 21st century. And do you know that Mad Max, the movie, took place in 2021? So I don't think we're there yet. I hope we have a few more years before we get to where art imitates life. Again, I would like to thank everyone for attending the 2021 virtual swearing in of the district board and staff, especially Captain Amy Beach, Commander Hemann, and Rear Admiral Nadeau. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule and being here with us. While we have experienced the last year together and survived, there are many opportunities while we are still in the stand down mode, and while we patiently await the all clear or something close to it. Let's take advantage of this time to reflect on last year. We've had a chance to take a break from the hustle and bustle of balancing auxiliary life and civilian life, and I think for most of us, we miss that. Going to boat ramps, boat shows, performing VEs, program visits, teaching boatie safety classes, and even flotilla meetings and training classes with our shipmates, and fellowship. Fellowship is a huge part of what we do and what we participate in. However, there's a reason the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. We need to focus on what's in front of us and not what's behind us. So let's put 2020 in the rearview mirror and concentrate on the road ahead and look back only to see where we've been when needed. Since we've had some time to reflect, let me ask a couple questions. Things that we need to think about as a unit, as division commanders, flotilla commanders. How can we improve in our missions? What worked and what doesn't work? How can we improve our standing in the community while we're on stand down? And what do we need to do to be ready when we are given the go signal? These are just a few things we need to think about. But what last year has taught us is a different way to communicate, and that's via online, just as we're doing now. If it hadn't been for COVID, I'm not so sure that we'd be doing this as much. We may have started, but I don't think we'd be at this level yet. So in a way, COVID kicked us into the future. It's new to some of us and not to others. Taking advantage of online training will continue. Recruiting, public education, to name a few, will continue from here on out. Other programs will eventually filter back to hopefully better than before. We just need to be patient and follow the PPE guidelines that are in place. My watchwords are communication, participate, and inspire. All of these work together and better when we have a positive attitude. So let's find ways to accomplish our #1 mission, recreational boating safety. And with that, I would like to thank everybody for coming, attending tonight, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thanks again. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Commodore Meyer, this is Captain Beach. I'm not sure if you can hear me because I've been having trouble with the mute and unmute. But if you can, congratulations. Thank you for stepping up, and want to say a big thank you to Commodore Stroup for all that he did. As you said, the last year with COVID has been pretty tough. It's easy to lead when times are good, but it takes an enormous amount of perseverance and commitment to lead when times are tough, and he did that. And so I thank all those past and the new leadership that's coming in. So thank you. And again, I'm assuming you can hear me because you're
Yes.
shaking your head a little bit. So good. I got the unmute to work.
All right. Thank you very much, Captain. We appreciate you with the kind words and attending tonight. Thank you.
Thank you all. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
This concludes tonight's broadcast. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great night. Take care.
Good night, all.
Good night. Thank you very much.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Congratulations.
everyone. Yeah. See you soon.
All righty. Thank you.
I've got
Good
money
night.
in the bank, guys, so hopefully we can get a spring or a late summer event going on.
Very good. We'll be looking forward to that.
All right. All right. Bye.
All right. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Happy New Year.